We welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by Cure Auto Insurance, along with Ricky Bottalico, Ruben Amaro Jr. I'm Michael Barkan, John Kruk coming up. Let's see, 10-1, 4-3, 5-1, combined 19-5. They win at 5-1 tonight. 61-32 is their record currently. They're on pace for 106 wins. And Ricky Bo, when you consider the fact that that's the Los Angeles Dodgers, the once and future pennant winners, that's pretty good.
Yeah, you know what I would have said? First thing that comes to mind, I would have said, well, the Dodgers don't look like they have much starting pitching. And then you kind of take a snapshot of the whole series, and the Dodgers put up 5 runs against your pitching staff. And to me, that just goes to show Phillies could hit the baseball. Phillies fielded the baseball in this series. They're stealing bases. They're doing everything. And their pitching staff is still one of the best in the league. You put that all together, this is what you get, Dodgers. Dodgers have got to do something because the matchup between the two teams does not look like a very good matchup one way.
We talked about Aaron Nola in the pregame program. We talked about him during the 7th inning update, his durability, his effectiveness. Now he's at a 3.38 ERA, and he continues to impress in his old age, right?
He really is one of the most consistent pitchers that the Phillies have had for many, many years. And it's not just about his durability. He also pitches in the big spots. He came through when he had to against Ohtani, stepped it up through his hardest fastballs when he had to step it forward. I mean, to me, that's really impressive. Anybody who thinks that he doesn't have the gumption to pitch in the tight when the game is on the line, they're wrong. This guy loves to pitch. I love the fact that he handles himself in such a professional manner, and he's still got great stuff. I mean, this guy is as underrated a pitcher as there is on the staff, because there's other guys out there who are having better years right now, but this guy can still pitch, man.
And you should know, you selected him when you were general manager, and at the time you said he was a big Friday night pitcher at LSU.
He sure was, and he was one of those guys that just never backed down. He pitched in a very strong conference in the SEC. He had 15,000 people in the ballpark pretty much every night, and he loved to take the baseball. He did not want to give up the baseball, and I saw him pitch a couple of times. Pretty impressive, and he continues to do that well into his career.
Let's go to John Kruk right now at the park, called tonight's game with Tom McCarthy. John, I'll tell you, of all the things that impressed me, one of them was just the attitude of Brandon Marsh talking to you and Tommy after the game. I mean, they just don't they just seem so chill, so calm, cool, and collected? They do it when they need to do it, and then they have the cookies at the end of the game.
Yeah, when you're playing as good a baseball as that the Phillies have played this first half of the season, it's easy to be relaxed and have fun and joke around. And look, that's just Brandon Marsh. That's his personality. That's the type of person he is. And I think Brandon, look, he had a great game, home run, triple, drove in a couple runs. But I think he was more happy for Johan Rojas making that play in center field off of Kike Hernandez than he was anything. I mean, if you just saw them in the dugout, it was like, Willie Mays and Vic Wirtz back in 1955 or whatever it was.
54.
I mean, it was just he's just an impressive player, and he's a perfect player for the city of Philadelphia because they love him and he loves them back.
John, the Dodgers 1 through 3 hitters, 0 for 11 in this game, 6 strikeouts. Aaron Nola had 16 swings and misses, 10 of them on his curveball. I mean, how dominant can you be?
Well, the first couple innings, his pitch count got up there a little bit, and that's why he only went 6 innings. But, I heard Ruben say, or no, I think it was you, Rick, his hardest fastball was against Ohtani to strike him out at 96 miles an hour. But he was pitching. I mean, when you watched how he went about those first 3 hitters, it was like methodical the way he went after him, and he didn't go after him the same way each at bat. He changed things up. He and Garrett Stubbs were great tonight, but he changed everything up. He started Ohtani off with a fastball first time up. Second time he throws him a breaking ball, flips in one to go 0-1. It's just the way he went about those top guys in that lineup, and if you keep those top guys off the base, there's a good chance you're going to have a lot of success against this Dodgers team right now. And Aaron just was Yeah, he took advantage. He did what he had to do at the top of the order, but then he did what he had to do, too, at the bottom of the order.
John, tell me a little bit about, how the feeling is in that clubhouse. One of the most impressive things to me is the contributions from every single player on that roster, what that means in the clubhouse on a day-to-day.
It's huge, Ruben, and the thing about it is you guys have been around teams, and at some point there's always going to be jealousies. Like, why is he playing? I should be playing. Talking a little bit behind people's back and this and that. This team doesn't do that. And look, Whit Merrifield would love to be out there every day. Brandon Marsh would love to be out there every day. Hunter. But when they're not playing, they're preparing to come in the game and try to help this team win. And that's why they are where they are, and that's why they are what they are. They pull for each other like no team I've seen in a long, long time. And it's a love fest down there. They love each other. And when you love each other, you're going to play your ass off for each other, and that's what they do.
And they got to love Trey Turner, who does it again against his former team. And he's 2 for 4 tonight with an RBI or run scored on that home run to open the scoring. He's batting .348, John. Should we expect this to continue for the remainder of the season?
Well, that's that's tough to keep it at .348, but I don't see it. If he gets enough bats to qualify, he's going to put a run at a batting title, I would think. He missed so much time, but it's amazing to me how he missed that much time and they came back and he hasn't missed a beat. It's just unbelievable what he's doing. And when he hits like we showed all his home runs this year, every one of them to left or to the left of center field, and then today he goes deep to right field. That tells you that he's not only locked in, but he's recognizing pitches early and just hitting it where it's pitched. Oh my God, it's just so much fun watching him play right now. And now he's tested out the leg. The leg's fine. He stole base tonight, so that aspect's coming back too. And that's just why he's such an electric player.
All right, we're gonna let you go. I know you got to meet that dad and his 2 sons and the mom. And I know you're going up to.
Walk.
I know.
There's no crying in baseball.
He should have been ready for it. This is a typical "what is he doing" that Ricky does once a week. What is he doing? You got to put the phone down, John, don't you?
No texting and watching,
No
Michael.
texting and watching, John. That's right. You don't do that. And you don't smack your dad either at the ball game.
How about that
I'll tell you what. Wait till he gets home, okay? Give me that ball, kid.
I tell you what. My ass was already hurting after he hit his dad because I know what my dad would have done to me.
Mine too. Yeah, by the way, he tossed the second ball over the edge too. All right, buddy. Thanks so much.
All right, see you all tomorrow.
John Kruk joining us in the booth. Some more superlatives from.
Well, you went there.
From tonight. Well, you know what?
There, you want your ball, go get it.
Yeah, go get it right now. Setting the pace. 61-32 this season, best in baseball. They're on pace, as mentioned, for 106 wins. Second best record through 93 games in franchise history. 76 club was 64-29 through 93. Season high 29 games over 500. Plus 123 run differential is best in baseball. On pace for the 106. 36-14 home record. And they are up now on the Braves. Braves still have to play later tonight, but they continue.
Plenty of times for standings, Michael.
Plenty of times. Well, you know what, Ricky Bo, 93 games in. I think the best quote of the night, Brandon Marsh, quote, "All of it means nothing unless we finish."
See, that to me tells a story in itself. That to me, because not the first time we heard that. We heard Bryce Harper say it at the beginning of the season. We heard JT Realmuto early on in the year. These guys don't want to get there. They want to win the whole thing.
Yeah, you're right.
So that he was prepared to get those big boys in the top part of the lineup.
Bottom line's the bottom line. 11 wins for Aaron Nola, second in the National League this season to Chris Sale. 11-4, 6 innings pitched tonight, 4 hits, a run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, and the home run to Freddie Freeman in 101 pitches. Sale of the Braves, Nola, Zach Wheeler, Mitch Keller, Ranger Suarez going tomorrow.
Is that any good?
That's
31 wins from 3 of your guys at the All-Star break, possibly a couple more coming. I look at Aaron Nola like this. This is a guy that could paint on both sides of the plate. When he is on, he is going to carve up the left-handers on the inside, on their hands. Did that to Ohtani, came back with a curveball with the bases loaded to strike him out. You saw him climbing the ladder tonight. That's where he gets a little bit more extra on his pitches. But the one thing that goes away for some reason, the one thing that people forget, not only does he have that nasty hammer, that fastball that could get in on the left-handed hitters, he also has that sinker that he could bring in that's going to get a lot of takes. And when you start getting a lot of takes, he threw that sinker about 10, 12 times. He got 6 strikes called on it. That, to me, is impressive. And, I mean, this guy owned both sides of the plate tonight. I think he may have fought himself maybe in the first 2 innings pitch-wise. I mean, they were long innings. He was out there for a while, loaded the bases in one of them, but get out of it and then pitch your guts out.
Yeah.
The beauty and the difference between a lot of the starters in all of baseball and this staff, and you got to give Caleb Cotham a lot of credit for this, and you have to give Brian Kaplan, who's the pitching director of development. They have a great plan, and they pitch. They pitch because they throw strikes, and they throw the baseball where they need to consistently, more consistently than anybody in all of baseball. That is the reason why they have so much success. They pitch. They don't try to blow people away. They learn how to pitch and make the pitches they have to in the right part of the zone.
And they are the first team around that has gone back to that. They have gone back to pitchers, not gone to the throwers. What happens to all these throwers? You don't hear from them anymore. This team's got 5 guys who know how to pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And
it doesn't happen in baseball anymore.
No, and Aaron Nola did it with the best of them tonight in a 5-1 Phillies win. Let's hear from Rob Thomson postgame in the clubhouse.
What kind of impressed you the most?
Probably the fact that, and I know they're missing Mookie, but I thought our pitchers took care of the top of their order, which was kind of key. Because those guys can really hit. They put up big numbers. So I thought we did a good job there. Offense was good, especially the first night. 3 home runs today. Marsh had a big day for us. Great, really good defense. Rojas made a heck of a catch in center field. And Bohm made a great catch down the line. So there's a lot of positives.
Type of game that keeps you intrigued about what Rojas can do?
Yeah, because he's electric. He can do a lot of different things, Gets a big base hit with the infield in, makes that play, can steal a base. He just, he puts pressure on the other team.
What was from your experience, what was the degree of difficulty on Rojas's catch? It looked like they don't get much more difficult than that.
Yeah, I don't know what the computer says, but it looked like a great catch to me.
Did you guys feel like you had just a great game plan against Ohtani, or was it just execution? He had 3 hits but no extra base hits.
Yeah, keeping those guys in the ballpark is key, and I just think our guys executed at the right time.
How would you evaluate Nola to this point, ending his first half?
Tremendous, Mr. Consistency. I mean, that's what he's been. You look at tonight's game, and the first 2 innings, he's in trouble. He just keeps grinding, keeps battling. In the second inning there, he strikes out Ohtani and then gets a ground ball from Smith, and then he settled in, and I thought as the game went on, he got better. So he's been dynamite all year.
What was your reaction like in the dugout after that big strikeout in the second?
On Ohtani? Oh, yeah, everybody was fired up because now we knew that, there's a chance we can get out of this inning.
If Trey didn't miss those 6 weeks, he might be in the middle of the MVP conversation himself. How key, like what he does in the first inning, they start the lefty and he homers off him. I mean, how key is it to have him between those guys and the way he's playing?
Yeah, it's huge, and he's really swinging the bat. I mean, he's barreling everything up. It doesn't matter what's fastball, breaking ball, doesn't matter. And he goes opposite field to get us going and get us on the board. And when you score in the first inning, it puts the other team on its heels, and I thought that was a huge.
How much more deflating do you think it is for the other team when you get out of a bases loaded jam and then hit a home run in the ensuing inning, which I think happened twice tonight.
Yeah, it's just momentum, right? So whenever you can eliminate momentum and then take it, it's always a good thing.
Rojas' base hit in the sixth. He seems to have a knack for shortening his swing or runners in scoring position this year. Have you noticed that at all?
Yeah, I think he does, and I think I wish he would take that same approach on every at bat and not get big in certain areas. Just make sure you're barreling it up, put the ball in play, use the field, chew up pitches, use your short game. If he does that, he's going to be a huge contributor on our offensive part of the game.
How big of a piece is Strom being able to use him? Obviously he's great against righties as well, but to be able to kind of use him and set him up to face some of these lefties that can really damage it.
Yeah, he's been great, and like you said, he gets right-handers out, so he comes in at that part of the lineup. We know they're going to pinch hit. I mean, that's what they do, but we're not really afraid of that because he typically gets right-handers out almost as well as he gets left-handers out. So that's a big piece. It's very valuable.
Well, there's still a long way to go this season. They were only 3.5 back leading into this series. So how significant, if anything, do you think it is that you were able to sweep them this week?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's 3 wins, and you take those 3 games off the schedule. You win 3 more. You put 3 more in your win column. That's how I sort of look at it. I'm not really looking at head-to-head at this point, because like I said, we got a long way to go.
He's got a tremendous amount of power. People don't realize this is a big man, and he can generate some serious bat speed. It's great to see him back down in that 6-7 hole and doing the damage there at the bottom end of that lineup.
Some comfort zones starting to happen here.
Also, when you and Brandon Marsh is 2 for 4 with a 2-run score, 2 RBI, and we talk about, well, what's the deal with his hitting? How will he be this season? He's batting .272. He's
fine.
Yeah, but that wasn't the case a couple of weeks ago when everyone was talking about, hey, I don't know if he can't get it together against lefties.
There's some punch outs there, and for a while he was not, like I said, I don't think he was on the fastball as aggressively. I think he made a little bit of an adjustment, and he is crushing them now. It's a great thing to see because, boy, does that lengthen out that lineup.
Also, on that triple, one of the things I failed to see at the ballpark when we were watching it, I thought he wasn't going to get the triple. The ball went up beneath the padding and the warning track, and it slowed up a little bit. I thought it was going to get to the right fielder much more quickly, but it allowed him to get to third. Beautiful
He has a good
play.
read on that. He's going down the first baseline. He knows where that ball is the whole time. He gets the second. He's just picking up Dusty at that point. I mean, you're just going with the signals.
Yeah. Aaron Nola, 11-4 in the season, second in the National League in wins behind the Braves. Chris Sale, here is tonight's winner post-game Clubhouse.
I mean, I got some trouble there with the bases loaded that inning, and ended up getting out of it, which was great. Limit the damage right there against the top of their lineup, but I feel like they always battle me pretty well and see a bunch of pitches off me, so I was just trying to stay as much in the strike zone as I can, but for quality strikes and try to get ahead of them.
The 0-2 fastball to Ohtani, and the second was inside. Was that designed to kind of get him off the plate a little bit?
Yeah, it's just I wanted to either hit the corner right there or miss inside right there to set that curveball up, and it worked. He's quick in there too, so I didn't want to leave the ball over the plate.
As a staff, I mean, you got Ohtani twice tonight. As a staff, you kept him down the whole series. What was your guys' secret or the key to that?
Just get ahead of them and try to stay ahead of them, and that's what we try to do for their whole lineup, especially their top of the lineup. They're good hitters, and they're better hitters when they're ahead in the count. So it's a lot easier to pitch. Got more options when we're ahead in the count, so that's what we try to do.
I know it's a long way to go, but you beat them 3 straight and match up with 2 teams that are top of the league and open some distance and tend the distance as well in terms of overall home field. How does it mean anything at this point? Is there still some satisfaction in trying to keep it an even keel at this point, knowing there's still a lot of baseball left?
Yeah, stay even. I mean, there's a lot of baseball left. We want to finish strong against Oakland going into the break and take it from there after that. We've been playing good baseball so far, and had some of our guys down for a little bit, but our other guys stepped up, and hopefully everybody gets a good break in the All-Star break and stays healthy coming off of that. So there's a lot of ball left, and we're going to keep trying to play our best ball and take it one game at a time and one series at a time.
How would you assess your first half?
Pretty good. Couple really bad games, but I feel like more consistent than last year at this time. Body feels good, and command feels a lot better than it did last year at this time. So I'm just going to keep working at that and having good weeks, and staying healthy and making every start.
Is it fun facing a guy like Ohtani? Wheeler started the series by striking him out one of his best fastballs of the season. That inside fastball you threw was like your hardest of the season as well. It seems like you guys get a little extra juice throwing to somebody like that.
That was the first time I faced him, so he's a big man. He's a big guy in the box. But facing him with the bases loaded with one out, it's honestly not a situation you want as a pitcher, especially the type of player he is and the season he's having. I tried to lock it in as best as possible, and luckily got him swinging for that second out.
Not just that fastball, but the last couple of games, your fastball velocity's up a little bit. You're getting a little bit more swing and miss. What has been the change there to really kind of get that going in that direction?
Just the command and throwing it with a little bit more intent, up, down, in, and out. I think the quality strikes are a little bit better, and they had usually been kind of leaking. So I feel like they're not leaking as much over the plate, which I try to work on that a lot and try to stay on the sides of the plate and top and the bottom of the zone. So that's what's been good with that pitch.
Well, I know you're about the team. How much is 20 personal wins for you a goal of yours this season?
That's every pitcher's goal. It's a lot of wins, and every starter tries to get to 20 wins. It's really hard, but we always try to. We get wins, the team gets wins, but that's honestly not really all I think about. I just want to go out and limit the damage and give the guys a chance to win and give the offense a chance to win, and that's what we did today, and that's what we've been doing all season.
The atmosphere of this series, midweek series, middle of the summer, you've been here when it wasn't like that and there weren't 45,000 people here. Did you ever look around and kind of think about what you guys have built?
Oh yeah. It's a really good crowd these past couple days. Good crowd all season long, and I came up, it wasn't like that for sure, as you guys know. And what I've been really blessed to go through a rebuild and to where we're at right now. There's been a lot of change. A lot of studs come in and help our team out, and we got a really good team now. And it's been the same pretty much since 2022, and I feel like that's why we're having a really good year. We know how to play with each other. We have good chemistry, and I think that helps out a lot. And we enjoy being around each other. So I think the camaraderie we built, the team that we've built, is built to win. And it's way more fun than it used to be. Obviously, being on the field in front of crowds like that during the regular season, especially like you look at on a midweek game, and it's kind of like that. So it's amazing. It's addicting to play in, and we love it. We all love it.
Rojas got a couple standing O's, well deserved. Did you see that catch live? And if so, what did you think of it?
Yeah, I saw it live on the TV. Awesome, man. I've seen him make a couple of catches like that. He can cover a lot of ground. It's a game changer. Could be a double or a triple right there, especially in that spot of the stadium. It could bounce off that wall that's angled right there. It could be a triple. But yeah, he covers a lot of ground. He's a really good fielder.
Thank you.